Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are taking a look at a review on the Amtrak FP7A and B set from Athearn. This is a passenger locomotive and it's B unit. MSRP $519.98 for this. Discounts available at brick and mortar hobby shops and online retailers that will bring it down significantly from that MSRP price if you're a good bargain hunter. Well, let's take a look at what you get in these locomotives starting right now. So you got the Athearn Genesis box for the set. It's got a label on the back and it's got the dual labels on the box ends on the front. And this Genesis double box here allows you to slide the two boxes out. When I do unboxings, I do it right, so you can see exactly what you're getting. However, I'm just going to do the A unit to save some time, because we're going to have basically double the pull test to cover and double weights and things like that. But you got a limited warranty from Athearn on this locomotive. 1 year. You've got a DCC equipped QuickStart guide, which I haven't seen before. It's not a full manual, so that's different. Warranty on the products detailed. Then you've got additional parts in the diagram explaining components. You've got the locomotive itself, which is in the case by itself. There's no extra accessories hanging out in that little pocket there, but I'll go ahead and pull this out of the box. Standard Athearn packaging of the box, with the foam, with the hard plastic, with the soft plastic inside protecting the locomotive. Excuse me, and you have these bracings to hold the trucks in place. I think that was supposed to stay in the box, but no big deal. And I can't close that, so let me just get that out of the way. We'll take a closer look at this locomotive starting next. Alright, up close and personal with this FP7A unit. Front has incandescent bulbs, number boards. Again, the incandescent bulbs here, McHenry coupler, which is plastic, accessory hoses, and MU hose here. You have these lifting lugs. Looks like we got one that's just a tiny bit smushed, so I straightened that out and it's hanging in there onto the body. But those are lifting lugs. You've got grab irons on the nose. You have classification lights. You've got windshield wipers. Eyebrow grab irons here, horn, bicycle breakers, cab window sunshade, and mirror or wind deflector. Got separately applied grabs on the nose here. Got the pilot up front, truck detail, a little hard to see in the black contrast. Amtrak logo. Amtrak printed out here, legible under magnification. Metal fan grills along the side. Got your windows here. You got a fuel tank, emergency shutoff valve, and sight glass here. Got all your radiator fan grills and dynamic brake fan grill up top. Another icicle breaker in the back. Entry door here with separately applied grabs. You go to the back end here. You have the rear lift lugs that adorn the very top of the back door. You've got more accessory hoses, MU, McHenry coupler, which is plastic, by the way, if you're curious. And on this side of things, more of the same detail. Cab entry door, Amtrak logo, etc., etc. So that does it for the A unit. Now B units can be a little bit more of a bore because there's no cab, but I will show you some of the details quickly on this. Lifting lugs again on each end, accessory hoses, coupler cut lever, which I didn't mention on the A unit, but it is present on the A unit. Again, McHenry couplers, and truck detail, windows along the side, again etched metal sides, You've got the top fan grills here. I'll show you that real quick. Nice smooth finish on the top there with some rivet detail. You've got fuel tank detail, Amtrak along the side. And you've got the other door. One thing I did miss is this little label here is present, so that's a nice feature. And that about wraps up the B unit. I mean, you got the cab number, or I should say the road number, in this case 161, and there's not a whole lot more to look at on this unit, and really we need some time because we're going to be doing double the work on pull tests. So let's check out operation next. So quickly we're going to look at speed matching out of the box, see how these operate. Real quick easy test is to have them separated but still on address 3, and move them at 1 speed step. We can also check the smoothness of the drive at the same time. If they increase distance apart or decrease, that means that one or the other will need speed step adjustments. It's 1 speed step, a little lurch out of both units at times, 2 speed steps. Everything has smoothed out now. Distance is remaining about the same. 3, 4, and 5. So we'll go in reverse now. 1 speed step in reverse. Keeping an eye on distance and smooth drive. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Distance is remaining about the same, which tells me that they are speed matched pretty well out of the box, and the drive is smooth after about speed step 2, which is not much more than you can ask for. Speed step 1 just had a slight lurch on occasion. Alright, we're going to run through the QuickStart guide. Feels like I'm losing my voice here. I'm going to turn on functions and test functions, starting with 0, which is the headlight. Headlight comes on. It's a dual beam headlight. Horn sounded for a minute based on the horn being on here. So let me turn all that off. Alright, let's listen to the bell. F1. Keep in mind this is both units in unison, which is going to give you a little bit of a stereo effect. But since they come as one, some people like running them with the bells and sounds together, or they'll isolate the bell and the horn and everything to just the lead unit. 2 is the whistle or horn, in this case horn obviously. F3 is the short horn. So, I gotta finish that grade crossing, I always do, right? F4, dynamic brakes. Hear the whine of the dynamic brakes there. F5 is the effect light, which in that case lights up that top light there, and it's in a strobe pattern. We'll take a look at that in the dark a little better later. F6 is an effect light, which is supposed to handle number boards on occasion, but that's only if it's steam. These aren't lit number boards. So F6 looks like it handles the headlight 2 in this case. So no, it just turns off the headlight and on the top light there. So you can operate with just the headlight off and the top light running, or vice versa. I'm afraid to call it a Mars light because sometimes they change it on me. F7 is the headlight dimmer. Makes the headlight dimmer, and it actually does. F8 is mute. F9 is brake squeal release. I'll do that again. F10 coupler. And F11 and 12 are for steam only, so that covers everything listed in the QuickStart guide. So you can operate in DC, DCC, either way. This is a dual decoder, just like most are now. So exhaust, engine exhaust has the whole 8 notches. So that about covers all the sounds. I'm going to go ahead and do some pull tests and wait, and then we will wrap the review up. Alright, so on the locomotive, I've got just one hooked up because you guys have different interests and needs. So I'm going to do one, the A unit, then the B unit, and then together real quick. You can listen to the notches if you want to hear that at this point. .8 ounces. Alright, now we'll switch to the B unit. The B unit is ready to pull. .2 ounces. Got to 2.4 ounces. So a little less than the A unit. We got both units together now, which is how the typical modeler will run this. And we're getting 5.8 ounces of total pull, which is very good. Up to 6.4, yeah, okay, so 5.8. So we maxed out there, so total pulling power between both units, 5.8 ounces. All right, we are zeroed out on the scale. On goes the A unit, 1 pound, 2.6 ounces, 18.5 ounces, 525 grams, 0.525 kilograms. B unit, 1 pound, 0.9 ounces, 16.9 ounces, 480 grams, 0.480 kilograms. Don't want to do math, I can accommodate you and put both on. 2 pounds, 3.5 ounces, 35.5 ounces, if you want to look at it that way, 1,005 grams or 1.005 kilograms. Quick check of the coupler height gauge shows it is almost spot on for the B unit. And we'll check the A unit. We'll just check one side a piece here. I'll do the other ones off camera to save some time. And I'll tell you if anything's wrong, but again, on point there. So that is correct coupler height for the NMRA and KD coupler height gauge standards. Well guys, that wraps up the review of the Athearn FP7A and B units. Again, MSRP $519.98. Discounts are out there available. I like the locomotives. I like trains in general, but the picky side of me doesn't see anything really wrong other than what everybody always complains about with Athearn, being incandescent bulbs or the fact that they have plastic couplers. So be that as it may, I didn't see any problems with the locomotive in performance. Pulling, all of which was online for you to see live yourself. So if you have any questions, let me know. People ask me how I choose what I review. It's based on personal interest sometimes, but mostly these days with all the requests, it's based on requests. If you want something reviewed, request it, let me know, and if it's a onesie twosie, I may get to it, but if there's an overwhelming request for something, that's what I really try to get done and reviewed. So that's how I do the review process. Also, if you feel like messaging me about that, let me know, or put a comment below. Either way, I don't care. Also, what are your thoughts on the People's Choice Award coming up this year? What do you think the topic should be? So we've had best quality, we've had best customer service, we've had best sound. What should be the topic this year for the People's Choice Awards that gets presented in Milwaukee? at TrainFest. Let me know that too if you want to shoot me a message. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time right here on my channel. Take care.